Hey guys, working on a Shark Genius steam mop. So what we were having was that the steam wasn't really being produced. It would sit there on when you put it on high, and it would just kind of make a little bit of noise, and then it would just shut down and kind of just get really hot and not produce any steam. And so I was pulling it apart, and I'll kind of show you the steps. I have it already kind of all pulled apart, but I'll show you the steps to get it apart. So you're just going to need a flathead screwdriver, a smaller diameter one. Here's one of the screws for that. And then you'll also need a tamper-proof T10 tamper-proof bit. So that's this one right here. So the tamper-proof goes in this one. How you can tell is they have a little, I don't know if you can see it there, but they got a little hole on the tamper-proof bit that goes around that little spike that sticks up in the middle, and then it comes on out. So the only weird thing about this one, taking it apart, was after you take off this piece with the screwdriver, I first time I pulled it apart, I didn't notice that there were two more screws holding it together. So you just go around the backside and pull those two out, and then pull off all the other tamper proofs. And then it's a little bit of a booger pulling it off this backside here, but not too bad. You just kind of have to wiggle it out, and then you're good to go. And here's the inside. So how this thing works is, okay, you have your water reservoir on the front side, and it comes down, and then that comes in this little port right here, and there is a little screen on there. So that's kind of your first step. So you pull that out and check the screen, see if it's clogged. That was my first step. I pulled it out, and then it worked, you know, just a tiny bit better. It didn't really fix anything. It just kind of worked for a second, then did the same thing as it was doing before, where you could hear the pump trying to turn on, which is this piece right here. So I would hear the pump kind of make a little noise, and then it just wouldn't do anything after that. The pump would just shut down. So this is the original pump. I tried to find the original piece. This is it right here. But as far as I could tell, it's kind of a mass-produced thing, and you can't really buy them individually. So I went on an internet search, and I found something similarly sized from Amazon, and that's this pump right here. See if I can get a picture of it. I already have it installed. So anyway, they have a lot of different sizes, so you just need to find something that's going to be the right size. So you can tell this one's a little bit bigger than the other one, so I had to also buy some hose, and this also has to be a temperature resistant hose, because it's fitted up right next to the heater, which is right here. So it's actually has part of the heater inside of there, so you have to be careful what kind of hose you're going to put in there. And then I just bought some small clamps to clamp it to both sides there. Unfortunately, I did have to do a little bit of modification on it. So there's a little plastic bumper in here that keeps it from vibrating, and I had to cut that down a little bit. And then I had to make a little hole up here where this screw kind of fits in. And so, yeah, I had to modify it a little bit just to get it to sit in there properly. So anyway, once it goes through, the water goes through the screen, it gets pulled up into this pump, and then the pump goes through here, gets the pressurized water up into the heater, and this is where the steam is actually produced. Once it's produced, then it goes through this line here, and then goes all the way down, and then it makes its way into the mop. So pretty easy. And then this little box on top is the control module, so that kind of tells it what to do and how to do it, and then just your power lines coming in there. So pretty simple system. When you do hook it up, there's a red and a blue, the hot and the neutral. So make sure you put that the right way. If you hook it up and the pump doesn't turn on, just switch them around, and then it'll turn on. So anyway, that's the fix. I guess we should see the proof. Go ahead here and turn it on real quick. Make sure I got it there. That's what it sounds like when the pump's turning on. And then once the pump turns on, it'll heat it up. And once it heats up, hear it start to come out. That's on low. Then you can turn it up to medium. Hopefully I still have water in here. I guess I'm a little low on my water. But you can kind of hear the pump working there. It's kind of making a little pitter patter, pitter patter. And then that's how it gets its pressure. And then it'll start pumping out more and more as it builds up more and more pressure. And then off you go. So that's it. Turn it off. Now it's going. All right. So the only thing that was a little bit different that I had to do with this pump versus the other, this one was a 16 watt pump, whereas this one I believe is a 11 watt. So it's slightly more powerful, but it doesn't seem to affect it much. So I think the wires don't have any problem with a couple extra watts. So anyway, hopefully this helps somebody. Hope you have a good day.